What is going on, you guys? Welcome on into a very spontaneous pregame show, and I'm going to put that in quotations. I just wanted to hop on here and talk about the latest Phoenix Suns news, the stuff that I feel is important, the stuff that I feel should be talked about. And yeah, let's just dive right into it. We have sort of a late-ish game today against the Los Angeles Clippers in LA. It's on at 8:30 Arizona time, I believe, which I think is like 7:30 in Los Angeles. So figured, hey, we got a couple extra hours. Might as well go live for a little bit and just talk all things Suns. But before we get started, you guys, it's been a while since I've had a beer on the live show. And of course, we got to drink Phoenix Suns Brew, Four Peaks Brewing Company, Phoenix Suns Brew. Let's crack this open. Let me know what you guys are drinking. Let me know what beverage choice you are drinking. And with that being said, cheers, guys. Oh, yeah, delicious. All right, guys, let's dive into it. Lots to talk about. And maybe we'll end the show with like a fun little Q&A or something like that. Okay. We have to start the show by talking about Jalen Green, who I wish I would have done a live show, a couple nights ago when he had that historic Phoenix Suns debut. But I can't talk. I actually want to start this video off with a quote that I just love. This is the kind of stuff that I love saying. And I just want to really just start it off with a quote. And actually might be able to listen to Zed quote, but let me just read it to you real quick. Here we go. Let's see. Why is that not working? What is going on in my life? Oh gosh. Okay, here we go. Boom. Okay. Well, right here, you guys. This is Jalen Green talking after the game. Sorry. Jalen Green talking after the game. Quote, being in Phoenix, it's a blessing. We have great fans and a great culture. I feel like I fit right in at home. I always thought the fans were lit here. Close quote. So I totally just butchered that quote. So let's just hear Jalen Green talk about
Being
it, shall we?
Phoenix, though, it's a
Oh, sorry. Hold on. Here we go.
being Phoenix, though, it's a blessing too. We have great fans, great culture. They love basketball here, and it's amazing. I feel like I fit right in at home. It's amazing. Even when I wasn't part of this team, I always thought the fans were lit here. Everyone pulling up every game and cheering the team on and just being so active. That's very, very lit, and I love it. Being Phoenix, though, it's a
I'm gonna let
blessing
that play
too.
one more
We have
time.
great fans, great culture. They love basketball here, and it's amazing. I feel like I fit right in at home. It's amazing. Even when I wasn't part of this team, I always thought the fans were lit here. Everyone pulling up every game and cheering the team on and just being so active. That's very, very lit, and I love it.
That's awesome, man. I love hearing that stuff from what we hope is going to be like our new star player in Jalen Green. Like, I love hearing that stuff, you guys. That's the kind of stuff that, me as a fan that I want to hear. Sorry, I'm having some camera issues here. Okay. We'll worry about that later. All right. So moving on. Speaking of Jalen Green, I made a short, an actual YouTube short video after his amazing Phoenix Suns debut. And I think the one thing that I left out was I think he either passed or tied Charles Barkley. We're actually going to look that up real quick. He either passed or tied Charles Barkley for the most points in a Phoenix Suns debut with 29. I think the Suns even had posted about that. Let me see if I can find it. Sorry, guys. I thought I had all this prepped and ready to go. Let's see. Well, I can't find it, but whatever. Oh, wait. Nope. I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Oh, wait, there it is. I found it. I knew it. I knew I wasn't crazy. Okay, check this out, you guys. Let me share my screen. Sorry, guys. You know the drill here. One man show here on Suns Geek. Whoa. What is going on with my life? This is the worst pregame ever. Okay, there we go. Okay, cool. 29 points for Jalen Green are okay, I'm sorry. It was the second most points in a Phoenix Suns debut, only behind Charles Barkley. Jalen Green in his first Phoenix Suns game, 29 points, second most in the Suns debut behind Charles Barkley. That's insane. And the one thing that still kind of baffles me in a good way was that he did all this in 23 minutes, you guys. I hope tonight he gets more minutes, and I hope he has just as great as a performance as he did. It's going to be tough to follow up. You know, he will have bad games here and there, but man, I hope tonight he comes out energized and excited, and hopefully he can sort of repeat what he did. Let's see here. Let's get to a couple comments here. Hope, that's our new star player who is also the second best scorer on our team. I'm just saying hope, man, because I'm just trying to be hopeful this whole season. In fact, I made, I think, a 10-minute like segment on like my hopes and wishful thinking for this season. So yeah, like I do hope that Jalen Green will be our like new star player. I hope that Jalen Green, you know, will be with us for years to come and keep performing the way that he performed in his Phoenix Suns debut. So yeah, he's our new star player, man. And he's only 23 years old, you guys. And yeah, thank you for this comment. Only Charles Barkley had a better debut in Suns history, 34 points exactly. All right, guys. Red Arrow, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. King J Rock, appreciate you. The future become the president. Thank you for being here. And I do see your comment on Ja Morant. I'll touch on that slightly a little bit later. So if you can just hang on a little bit, because I've been rambling for what, 8 minutes now, 6 minutes now, 6 minutes. I can't do math. Numbers are hard. And this is why I love doing these live shows, you guys, because you guys are going to get authentic, you know, one-man show type quality here. You guys don't need all this overproduced stuff that you see, you know, in other Sun shows and high quality Sun shows. You guys sometimes need like authentic, spur of the moment, spontaneous button mashing that I do. I keep it authentic. I keep it real here. So subscribe to Suns Geek if you haven't already for everything Phoenix Suns. Okay, now with all that out of the way, let's make the show. Let's actually do one more quote, exciting stuff besides just 2 quotes that are boring that you guys don't really care about. Okay, speaking of that, dude, why is nothing working today, man? This sucks. We're gonna stop sharing that. Boom. Dude, I swear nothing is working on this show, man. Okay, boom. Sorry, we're gonna do this live, you guys. Okay, here we go. Quote from Matt Ishbia when he was quoting Jalen Green's quote. Let me zoom in so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Matt Ishbia quote tweeted Jalen Green on his quote. And where's my camera, man? There we go. Okay. Matt Ishbia said, and I quote, following Jalen Green's quote, he says, "Love everything about this. Best fans in the game. Welcome to the Valley, Jalen." That's so good. I hope Jalen Green saw that quote tweet, and I had to just cover that real quick. That's the kind of, as a fan, that's the kind of stuff that I love to see, especially somebody who does videos on the Phoenix Suns. That's the kind of stuff I want to see. But can we talk about Devin Booker just briefly? Because it's like, I feel like everything so far about Devin Booker has been said so far this season, good and bad. But I want to talk about the good. And I just love this, you guys. This is sort of the exciting stuff that I was talking about. Let me take a sip of my beer and we'll continue on. The Phoenix Suns put out this tweet, and shout out to Devin Booker Moose on Twitter, who I believe just hit 10K followers. Congratulations to that account. Great account. Players in NBA history to average 30 plus points, 7 plus assists on 50% shooting, 40% from 3, 85% from the free throw line in their first 9 games of the season. It's just Devin Booker. That's it. That's the list. Heard through Devin Booker Moose on Twitter. Devin Booker is the only player in NBA history to average 37, 50% shooting, 40, and 85 from the free throw line in his first 9 games of the season. Devin Booker is playing at an all-star level. He got off to a weird start. I don't know if I would call it a slow start. He just kind of got off to a weird start. But in all fairness to him, new team, new players, new coaching staff, new system. He's probably getting used to the new guys. And then all of a sudden, I think he heard everybody, not everybody, I think he heard a lot of people talking crap and was like, all right, fine, hold my beer. I think that's what Devin Booker did. And I'll drink to that. Cheers. You guys are asking good questions in the chat. I can't wait to answer one of them. Okay. Let's keep moving on here. Like I said, guys, we're gonna kind of just cruise through this little pregame show. This isn't gonna be anything like crazy long because it is just kind of a quote pregame show. We will talk about the actual game in a little bit. But speaking of Devin Booker Moose on Twitter, he had this tweet right here. Mark Williams this season is averaging 12 points per game, 10 rebounds, 1.3 steals. That's sort of the surprising stat right there. 1.3 steals, shooting 56% from the field. He is on pace to be the first player in NBA history to average those numbers or better in a season while playing 26 minutes or fewer per game. That's wild. Now, maybe the minutes will go up. We'll see. Depends on, I don't want to even say that word. Let's just say it depends on his health. But you know what? If he can play 26 to 30 minutes a game, hopefully we can, keep him healthy throughout the season. And hopefully he can keep adding these numbers, and hopefully he can keep producing and keep shining for this team, because he's been excellent in my opinion, you guys. Obviously, there's a lot of room to grow. We want to sort of see this potential to continue to grow out of him, but he's been really good. And this is why I was so excited when we got him, you guys. I was so hyped when we got Mark Williams. I even made a reaction video out of it. He's been doing great. And I want to keep talking about other players and people who are doing great, but real quick, let me just check something, you guys. Okay. Speaking of Mark Williams, this tweet right here. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the Twitter user's name who tweeted this, but I do follow this person. Since Mark Williams started playing 25 minutes over the last 6 games, the Suns are 7th in net rating, 9th in defensive rating, and 13th in offensive rating. And there's still a lot of room for improvement through chemistry, communication, adding guys like Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks back, which we're going to talk about that later, by the way, the Suns injury report, and we're slightly going to talk about the Clippers injury report as well. So great tweet. The Suns are improving. And speaking of improving, a little bit more stats right here. I like this stat from, you guys probably know this name, Scooper Hoops on Twitter, aka Sam from the Timeline podcast. Shout out to them. Great guys. I got to collaborate with them sometime. So if for some reason you guys are watching this show, let's collaborate. Let's do a podcast. Cheers. Anyways, he tweets this out. Areas of focus for the Phoenix Suns this summer: play more modern and scrappy. Change in some rankings from last season to this season. Remember, these are stats from last season to this season. 3-point attempts. They were 12th. Now they're 4th so far. So they're 4th in 3-point attempts. They're 10th in offensive rebounds. They were 28th last season. They're 3rd in steals. They were 28th last season because we were a terrible defensive team. We couldn't rebound the ball, couldn't block shots, couldn't steal the ball. And I think Mark Williams averaging 1 point whatever steals per game probably has a lot to do with that. He goes on to say they have less talent, but are hitting enough on these margins to win some games. That's a great tweet. It's a great stat. Shout out to Sam from the Timeline podcast. Great tweet. Speaking of players who are doing well and in statistical categories, excuse me, I wish I would be talking about it more on this channel. I need to make more time to talk about it more on this channel. But Grayson Allen and Royce O'Neal have been excellent. They have been excellent, you guys. I mean, it's more the three-point shooting, but look at this, you guys. The only teammates in the top 5 of the NBA for three-pointers made this season, Grayson Allen and Royce O'Neal are tied at third with 32. First off, I love that image of both of them shooting. And they've just been cooking off the bench. They've been doing it offensively, a little bit of defensively. They just make sometimes those hustle plays that help win us games. They're sort of the veteran, not sort of. They are the veterans on this team, one of them, besides Devin Booker. And in my opinion, they're both really good leaders on and off the court. And it's like, we all know Grayson Allen, who a couple of years ago had one of the best three-point shooting seasons in Suns history. Wasn't as good last year, but that's because the team was weird and Mike Budenholzer and all that stuff. But it looks like he's returning to form. And I can't forget about Royce O'Neal, who's also playing great. I don't have his stats in front of me, but in my opinion, he's played pretty well this season. And it's great to both have them on the court, not only making threes, but taking threes, being that offensive threat. And you throw Devin Booker's so far all-star season in the mix, then with Jalen Green, who we hope can be a star player, hope and probably will be a star player, that's going to be a tough offense to stop. And I think there's a couple follow-up tweets here with Grayson Allen specifically. And I'm not trying to take anything away from Royce O'Neal. He's been excellent, but let's just talk about Grayson Allen here. Shout out to Eric Ruby, who I actually met at Suns Media Day. Very nice guy. He tweeted this out right here. Grayson Allen has been the unsung hero of the Phoenix Suns this season. Respect. 16 points per game. Nearly 5 assists per game. That's sort of an underrated stat for Grayson Allen. Nearly 5 assists per game. 3.6 rebounds, 1.4 steals. We talked about the steals earlier. The Suns are third in steals. 35 minutes per game if you round it out. 16 points, nearly 5 assists, 3 boards, 1 steal, 35 minutes, averaging a career high in points, assists, steals, field goals made, and minutes. Best role player in the NBA, Grayson Allen. And he's got 32 threes and counting so far. He's been so good. He's been so good, you guys. Shout out to Grayson Allen. And don't forget, you guys, last game, he was, I believe he was questionable with an illness. And we're going to talk about the illnesses later because it kind of seems like there's something going around in the NBA right now. But I love this tweet from Gambo. Have to give first off, shout out to John Gambadoro, Arizona Sports. But Gambo tweets this out. Have to give a ton of credit to Grayson Allen. He was sick as a dog yesterday. Didn't even go to shoot around. Went to rest and get liquids in his body. Did everything he possibly could to play in that game. And then he played and dropped 18 points. One of the differences with this year's team is all of these guys will do whatever it takes to play. I love that. Grayson Allen's sick as a dog, rested, got liquids in his body, not only played the game, but played extremely well and dropped 18 points. Great job by Grayson Allen. He's been incredible. And again, I'm not trying to take anything away from Royce O'Neal. Royce O'Neal's been almost as good. And they've both just been contributing, and it's been excellent to see. Shout out to Royce O'Neal and Grayson Allen. Okay, guys, one more thing, and then I'm going to kind of read some chat questions. So if you got a question or anything, or a comment, concern, whatever, get it in right now. We'll probably go for like 10, 15, maybe 20 more minutes. Let me take a sip of my beer. Okay, guys. So this tweet's a couple days old, but I think it's still relevant. Let's see. Here we go. Shout out to guy John Voida from the Suns Jam Session podcast and Bright Side of the Sun. He tweets this out. Oso Iguodaro's regression is real. Now remember, this is a couple days old, so these stats may not be fully up to date, but whatever, you guys get the point. The regression is real. Field goal percentage is down to 42%. I think it was at 60 before. Turnovers are up 1.6 to 0.6. The assist to turnover ratio, 0.7, 77 to 1.82. For a playmaking big, that's trouble. Negative 33 in the net rating, second worst on the team. 8.9 rebound percentage, 72nd amongst players who have played nearly 18 minutes per game and 5 games played. Remember, that tweet's a couple days old. I think it's still relevant. I don't even know if I want to look up the stats after this tweet, but you get the point. Oso Iguodaro has not been very good. And yet he continues to get minutes. That's going to be an interesting storyline tonight because I think Mark Williams is questionable with an illness. Like I said, we're going to dive into the injury report and all that. So it's like, do you go with Nick Richards? Do you go with Oso Iguodaro? Or do you go with Kaman Malawach, who we're going to talk about a little bit later? He hasn't been very good. There have been times, in all fairness to Oso Iguodaro, where he shows flashes of what he can do. He makes contributing hustle plays, but he just has not been very good, and he keeps getting minutes. Starting him the first game of the season was kind of a surprise, but I guess I can kind of see it. The Kings didn't have Domantas Sabonis. It was the first game of the season, whatever. Second game of the season, you're kind of like, all right, I don't know. And I think he didn't even play that many minutes, to my knowledge, in the first or second game of the season. But he started, which is weird. And like Jordan Knott, the new Suns head coach, keeps giving him minutes. I don't know, man. I mean, what? This is the 10th game of the season, to my knowledge. Like, I don't know if we should keep giving him as many minutes. And look, I'm not saying like we got to trade Oso Iguodaro, get him off my team, blah, blah, blah. I'm not trying to sound like a Suns Twitter GM, but and look, he seems like a very nice guy. I even responded to somebody's tweet and I said the regression is real. He seems like a nice guy. He's great for the quote vibes and the culture and all that, but he just hasn't been very good. And maybe Jordan Knott will be like, hey, you got to play through this. I'm going to keep giving you minutes until you improve. Maybe he's sort of given him a little leash, but it's like, dude, you just haven't been that good. And my fantasy basketball thing just went off, if you guys heard that. But yeah, I don't know. He just hasn't been that good, you guys. Sucks. But, you know, we got Mark Williams, who we talked about. We got Nick Richards, who I think, when he does play, has been pretty good. And Kaman Malawach. We got a deep center rotation, a deep big man rotation. So shout out to the Suns, man. All right. Let's get to some chat questions and all of that. And then we'll probably wrap up the show because it's like just kind of a. Oh wait, no, we got to talk about the injury report. Sorry, guys, and then we'll get to the chat questions. All right, as of 4 hours ago, this is just the Suns injury report from the Suns side. Dwayne Rankin tweeted this out. Mark Williams is now questionable for tonight's game of the Los Angeles Clippers, and Dylan Brooks, who's been out for a little bit with a core muscle strain, is listed as questionable, which is really good. And then I saw on Twitter, by the way, follow me on Twitter at SunsGeek. Tom Azerly, I hope I said his name right, and then Joey Lynn tweeted that James Harden has been downgraded to I'm not trying to laugh at James Harden being ill, but I'm laughing at that gif on the bottom. But James Harden has been downgraded to questionable at Phoenix with an illness. And Kawhi Leonard's still out. I think it was an ankle injury or something. But yeah, so James Harden, Kawhi Leonard are out. I mean, the Clippers, if healthy, could be a really good and probably will be a very great team this season. Because we saw them earlier in the season. I'm not talking about the recent game. I'm talking about when Kawhi Leonard and James Harden actually played. They are a great team. They beat us. But you know, it's they're very old, and you know, we'll see. But we'll see if James Harden plays. And yeah, this is weird, guys. Like Grayson Allen was sick. Mark Williams is now having an illness apparently, and James Harden. And I've seen other injury reports and all that saying like this player is out with an illness or this player's questionable because they're sick. Something must be going around, you guys, which sucks. So we'll see who plays tonight. I'm just kind of showing you guys my Twitter and all the stuff I've retweeted, but here's some more Grayson Allen stuff too. Oops, I hit my mic. Sorry, guys. That Suns brew is already getting to me, man. All right. Can we answer some questions now? Because it does have to deal with the game. Also, you guys, Phoenix Suns, please put this in the stadium somewhere in the arena. This exact picture, even with the broadcast score. I want this picture on a poster. I want it hanging on my son's wall back here, or should I say my son/Chucky wall? Because you guys can see my background right now. There's a lot of Chucky and Halloween stuff going on back there. Also, you guys like my Conjuring shirt? I don't want to spill my beer. You guys like my Conjuring shirt? Yeah, The Conjuring's like one of my all-time favorite horror movies, and it's amazing. But we'll talk about that later. Anyways, Phoenix Suns, put this in the arena. I love it. I would love to see that. All right, let's answer some questions. And the first one is from The Future Becomes the President. Let me take a sip of my beer. Any truth to the Ja Morant smoke? Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Ja Morant being controversial once again, called out his team. I think he called out the GM and the coach and all that, and blah, 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 blah. Ja Morant drama. Ja Morant suspension, blah, 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 blah. And I think it was Bleacher Report that like said, hey, Ja Morant could be a trade destination to the Phoenix Suns. I don't know how real all of that is. The way I look at it, you guys, and I know I'm like a few days late on talking about all of this. Usually I try to be on top of these things, but life happens. My job's keeping me busy, whatever. Ja Morant just doesn't really fit what we are trying to build here, especially earlier when Jalen Green was talking about the culture of this team and the chemistry of this team, and how I was talking about like Oso Ighodaro, great guy for the vibes and the chemistry and the culture, blah, blah. In my opinion, he just doesn't really fit what we are trying to do here. Not to mention the injury history as of late. You could argue that he is not the same player as he once was. Is he maybe still a borderline-ish all-star when he's healthy? Yeah. But not and then how I kind of started this whole conversation, the controversy. Do the Phoenix Suns really want another player who's going to come in here, stir up drama, stir up controversy, get suspended, blah, 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 after we just moved on from two distractions in Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal? Do we really want that? Probably not. I can't see it. And wishful and hopeful thinking here, if Jalen Green continues to play the way he's been playing in that first game and continues to shine, he's 23 years old. We don't need Ja Morant. We have Jalen Green. So I'm gonna to answer the question without being too long-winded, although I already am long-winded. I would give this like a 2% chance of happening. And another reason is because after the Luka trade, any player can get traded. Even Nikola Jokic could get traded. That's extremely unlikely, but even he could get traded. But yeah, I give this like a 2% chance of happening. Another great question here. What is your opinion on the lack of rookie playing time? I feel they need more minutes, if any. I'll take a sip of my beer before I answer this. Yeah, it's been a little what's the word I'm looking for? Questionable, I guess. To answer that, it's been questionable. Like especially come on Malawatch. I can maybe see why Rasheer Fleming hasn't played much because good amount of time on this live show talking about how great Royce O'Neal and Grayson Allen have been. We have a deep team full of a lot of guards, a lot of wings, and a lot of big men. But like, come on, Malawatch, especially with Oso Iguodaro's regression, definitely deserves more minutes. Now that's hard to do because again, you got Mark Williams and Nick Richards in front of you, but you would think there would be a little bit more minutes for Kaman Malawatch. He's a top 10 pick. And you're not playing him. Jordan Ott, please play Kaman Malawatch. Tonight, if Mark Williams is ill, which I hope he's not, please play him. Please play Kaman Malawatch. I want to see what this kid can do, especially against like some of the best bigs in the league. Now, tonight might be a little tricky because I think Zubac is playing. He's a huge big, kind of one of the more underrated bigs in the league. So maybe you don't want to play Kaman Malawatch against him specifically, but like I guess it depends on the matchup and whoever the Clippers have coming off the bench as their backup center. But maybe Rasheer Fleming can go out there and guard some of the better scorers in this league every once in a while. We'll see. I mean, it's still early in the season, you guys. Remember, the Suns went from like, remember when what's his name? Hayes Davis was playing a lot. Now he's not playing so much. Hopefully the Oso minutes get cut a little bit. Hopefully down the road they can play. But yeah, it's been questionable in my opinion. But in all fairness, again, Grayson Allen's been playing great. Royce O'Neal's been playing great. Nick Richards, Mark Williams, they've all been playing great. It's hard to get minutes when those guys are all playing great. They're the veterans. They're going to get minutes. So hopefully that answers your question. Let's see. Let's double check. Sawbucks23, appreciate you being here, man. He says, Grayson and Royce have been playing great all year. I'm glad the Suns were able to give them deals for the next few years. I wanted the Suns to draft Grayson Allen, but trading for him was just as good. Thank you for that comment, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll see if Mark Williams is playing tonight. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to talk about this. Thank you, Sawbucks. Speaking of guys that are playing good at the wing position, Ryan Dunn. Sawbucks says, Ryan Dunn has stepped up from last year, and we are waiting for Oso to do the same. Bigs usually take longer to develop. Ryan Dunn's been playing great, man, especially offensively. He showed us a little bit last year that he will take and make that three, especially when he's open this year, and doing it more confidently. He's been more aggressive attacking the basket. We all saw that crazy alley-oop dunk that he had. And sometimes he goes up with bad intentions and wants to throw it down, man. He's been playing great. Yeah, and Jeff, I think I agree with you. Kaman is very raw, but high potential. I'll never forget what Jordan Knott said at Suns Media Day. And he's right. I think I even uploaded this clip from Media Day that I was at, which, by the way, thank you, Phoenix Suns, for allowing me to go back to Suns Media Day. It was awesome. But anyways, Jordan Knott pretty much said, and I'm paraphrasing, he's like, Kaman Malawatch has all the talent in the world, so much potential, but he's only 19 years old. And he played, 1 year at Duke? You know what I mean? Like, Come on. We got to give this kid time. Got to give this kid time. Yeah, Jeff says the bug is going around. Something's definitely going around. Even at my work, some of my coworkers are getting sick. I hope I don't get sick. Stay safe out there, you guys. Wash your hands. Drink lots of fluids. Stay healthy. All right. Jeff says Ishbia was very strong on building the culture. Exactly. The Suns are better off with Jalen Green than Ja Morant, says Sawbucks. I agree. Ooh, good question here. If I'm reading your name right, Music is Life. Do you think we'll make any trades this season? I mean, I think it's way too early to talk about that. Maybe if certain players start, and I'm not trying to pick on Oso here, if certain players keep regressing and maybe we sort of have like a clog in a certain rotation area, maybe, but like I kind of doubt it. We never know. Like something could open up later in the season, and maybe the Suns are like, hey, we want to add that to our team. But like, if things kind of keep going the way they're going and the Suns are winning ball games and we're being competitive, I don't think so, but we'll see. We'll find, we'll see where we're at like near Christmas or the start of the year. Okay. Don't think we could use more draft picks. I mean, we have a lot of rookies on our team now. Come on, Malawatch, Rasheer Fleming, Kobe Brea, probably a couple other guys I forgot. Like, I don't really know if we need draft picks. If one or two of those guys can pop, then we don't really need future draft picks. Plus, Ryan Dunn's in his second season, you guys. All right. Music is Life says, I got to poop. BRB. That's so good. All right, guys. I think that's going to be it. I live in Iowa, but I'm hoping to catch a Wolves and Suns game when they come to town. I'm March, I believe. I'd love to see this team play in person. Hey, I can relate to that, man. If you guys did not know, for about 4 years, I lived in Memphis, which sucked, and it was not easy. But I'm back in the Valley now, so I get it. I understand living in a different state, watching the Suns team, being a Suns fan can be tough, but I'm thankful to be back in the Valley. Maybe one day you can move to the Valley, man. All right. Let's see. Get to a couple more things and we're going to get out of here. So to finalize our starting five, should it be Book, Green, Brooks, Dunn, and Williams? Ooh, great question. The key word in this is finalize, which that can be a little tricky because I kind of referenced this earlier. It kind of depends on the matchup, but you also want to like build chemistry with your starting five. If I'm correct, we're in the 10th game of the season. We've had a lot of lineup changes. That's kind of been because Jalen Green's been out, Dylan Brooks has been out. But I think this might work. This could be our starting lineup going forward. Devin Booker, Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, maybe Royce O'Neal or Ryan Dunn-ish, and then Mark Williams. I think that's fair. Again, going to be a little tricky. Hold on, just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, speaking of starters, as I was talking about that, we got an update here. Shout out to Dwayne Rankin, man. First off, humble brag here, but I was at Suns Media Day this year and last year, and Dwayne Rankin was just such a nice guy. I spent so much time talking to him. Great guy, and just does amazing coverage on the Suns team. And not only that, he goes on the road every single time and covers the team on the road. So shout out to Dwayne Rankin, man. Great guy, great Phoenix Suns coverage. And I'm glad that I know him, and he's a great guy. But speaking of Dwayne Rankin and really the Phoenix Suns in general, we have our, let's see. Yep. We have our banner health update. And if I am correct, for the first time this season, the Phoenix Suns are fully healthy. Dylan Brooks is playing. Mark Williams is playing. Let's go. I'll drink to that. Cheers. The Phoenix Suns are fully healthy, you guys. They're fully healthy. This is great. Everybody's playing. Let's go. The Hurricane Ben responded, the season starts tonight for real. So yeah, what a great update, you guys. The Phoenix Suns are fully healthy. Thank you, Red Arrow. I saw that in the chat. You were like, Brooks and Williams are playing tonight. Can't wait. This is going to be fun, you guys. This is going to be fun. Oh, man. I cannot wait, you guys. Man, what a great way to end this little spontaneous, fun pregame show that we just had. And real quick, you guys, let me just check something out on my end. For anybody who cares, Ty Lue said that Kawhi Leonard will miss the next few games, but said it's nothing serious. He's been out with a high ankle sprain and confirmed that James Harden will play after missing Thursday's game due to personal reasons. So James Harden's playing tonight, but you know what? Good. Because if this Phoenix Suns team wants to grow, they're going to have to beat the best teams in the NBA while they're healthy. They're going to have to beat the James Hardens of this league. And let's do it. The Suns are fully healthy. The Clippers are almost healthy. They got James Harden out there. So let's do it. Let's do it. King Nacho, you are a savage, bro. He says, the banner health update doesn't look right with Bradley Beal or without Bradley Beal on it. Oh my gosh. Now we have to go back to the banner health update and reread this comment. King Nacho 69 says, oh, wait, gotta get the banner health update on there. King Nacho says, oh, wait, I just lost your comment. What is going on with my life? The banner health update doesn't look right without Bradley Beal on it. That's a savage comment. Jeez. All right, guys. Fun, spontaneous live show. Seriously, you guys, enjoy the game tonight. This is going to be fun. I can't wait. Maybe I'll film like some reactionary stuff during the game. I'll definitely try to put out some kind of video afterwards. And yeah, I can't wait. And I appreciate the comment, man. He says Suns Geek for life. Thank you guys. Real quick, I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but somebody on my TikTok, which by the way, follow me on TikTok if you haven't already, asked where I've been on YouTube. Guys, I'll dive into it later, but I've just been so busy. Like real life comes first. My job comes first. It's been crazy, but like I love this channel. I love doing the videos. I'm trying to put out as much content as I can, but I've just been busy. It hasn't even really, I mean, it's been my job and stuff, but like I've also just been busy living my life. Like I said, I moved back to the Valley last December. It's almost been 1 year. I've been hanging out with friends. I've been going out and about, just been living my life. But I am going to try to step up the videos and the content. Actions speak louder than words. Just give me some time, you guys. But yeah. But again, I'm going to talk about that. That's the short version. But I hope to talk about that in a smaller video later because somebody did comment on that. They were like, where have you been on YouTube? And I appreciate that comment. So, all right, guys. Appreciate the kind words. Appreciate all of the support. We had like 30 people in here, man. We got to do this more often. So you guys are awesome. Thank you for putting up with the spontaneous shows and the button mashing and the whole like, oh, this isn't working and I have to click this button. And thank you for your patience is what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of high quality, better Sun shows out there, but yet you guys still watch my channel. And I love you guys for that. You guys are awesome. So seriously, subscribe to this channel, you guys. Tell people about Suns Geek. Hopefully I can upload more and we'll do more of these live shows. And as the season goes on, I'll do my best to pump out as much Suns content as I can. So, all right, guys. I love y'all. Peace out. God bless. Go Suns. Win or lose, Phoenix Suns for life. Stay safe out there. A lot of people are getting sick, so stay safe. And enjoy the game, guys. Seriously. On this live show or whatever, comment. Be like, oh my gosh, this game. Like, let me know your thoughts on this game and all of that. And I'll do some kind of a video afterwards. Can't wait. Love you guys. God bless. Peace out. and go Suns. Here's my totally out of date outro. Oh, wait, before I go, real quick. Oh, I got to grab this. Sorry, guys. Again, guys, you're getting authenticity. You're getting real stuff, live moment. Shout out to my dad who got me this Wilson basketball. It's like one of the authentic basketballs that they actually play with. Because remember, Spalding got replaced by Wilson. So yeah, shout out to my dad who gave me this ball. Had it in the background of the show and figured I would show it off, man. What else can I show off while I'm still here? You guys remember the cactus from the last live show? My glowing cactus. I love this thing, man. Ever since I moved back to the valley, man, I have a new appreciation for cactuses and desert and Arizona in general. All right, guys. I think that's it. It's 7:00. The game starts in an hour and a half. King Nacho says, thank you for the stream. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome for being here and asking great questions and engaging. Music is life says, love that hat, Sons Geek. Thanks, man. Got this a while ago. I want to say maybe a couple years ago. And I love it. It's got the D-backs World Series champions logo. It's orange. It's got yellow. It's kind of like a Halloween-ish hat. Halloween themed color, kind of. I just love this hat, man. And yeah, you guys are awesome. I love you guys. God bless you. Stay safe. Peace out. Now, here's the long overdue outro that I still need to update, but I'm lazy. All right, guys. Enjoy the game. Peace out. God bless. And go Suns.
What's up, Sons Geek?
Crush that like button and subscribe. Smash the like. All right. Peace.